Hello, my friends, and welcome to another exciting episode of Non-League to Premier League featuring Marine A.F.C. Today's episode is a massive one, probably the biggest in our very young career here. We have the ability to make it into the FA Cup proper with a fourth round qualifying win. That's where all the money is. We all know that. And we have the ability to face one of the very top teams in our league and walk away with a victory. Let's see how we do. Now, with this very important game against Rochdale in the FA Cup, I want to first take a quick look at them. They are 15th in the National League. So they do play in the league just above us, but they're toward the bottom. I mean, they're middle bottom here. And I think that should give us at least an opportunity to show up today. If we beat them, that puts us in the first round of the FA Cup, where we can face any number of massive teams away. And we all know the finance share in the FA Cup could be a massive boost for our future here in Football Manager 26. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's get right into it. We have a small bit of rotation on our hands because James Brown is on international duty with Malta. So that limits us in terms of fullbacks. We are still searching for an answer at the fullback position. But to face Rochdale, we have Barnsley in goal, Francis Angle, Wardle, Drysdale, and Moore Taylor, Gregson in the defensive mid spot, Midgley and Hamilton just above him, Fawunmi, Newell, and Hunter across the front three. I do have George Sabine sitting on the bench right now on loan from Huddersfield. As you can see, I mean, his pace is great. His finishing, his first touch, his heading, they're all pretty average for this level. But I'm hoping with maybe some new blood that's going to push George Newell forward and maybe give us a little bit more. I think I have finally settled on what I'm going to do in those in possession and out of possession speeds. With the addition of the 1.5 game speed, I'm going to sit on that. And I think I'm just going to take it back to the studs and go back to my go-to with FM24, take dynamic highlights off, just put it on key highlights and see where that gets us. I've had a pretty decent success with some of the games that I've done for other videos recently, with that 1.5 in highlight, 40 times out of highlight with just key highlight. So we'll see where that leads us. Rochdale have the ball. We're in the 19th minute, so not a whole lot has happened in the first 20 or so minutes. But I mean, there are three players there on the right side. Oh, I thought Barnsley might have saved that. Those three players on the left side there were just the passing patterns, just back and forth, back and forth. It looks like we've had 3 shots on goal. None of them have been particularly good because we have a 0.02 expected goal. But it's at least keeping us a little active, making Rochdale perhaps think a little bit. Moss just absolutely blows by Francis Angle. I love Gregson coming out, though, to take his... right to Barnsley. Gregson came out and played that left back role once Francis Angle got beat. And Francis Angle inverted and went into the back line to be another center defender. But I mean, they're playing in a flat back 7. I hate lower league football where they play like that. It's so difficult to break down, especially with those. And George Newell favor Fawunmi with the huge cross deep into the box, and George Newell goes and punches it home. We are up 1-0 over National League-side Rochdale. Francis Angle gets it in. Fawunmi just takes it down with his left, chips it into the back post with his right, and Newell just loses the center back. Miles, the goalkeeper, is miles away from the ball. He is flapping and misses it completely, and it is just an easy head home for Newell. We are up 1-0. Let's go, Marine. Moss again, up the field. They put it back. East is in the box, and now it's back out to Moss. And Fawunmi is kind of up against it right now. They send in a deep cross, but Drysdale's able to win it. Hunter takes the ball down. up to Hamilton. If you remember, Hamilton has had a massive last couple of games, and he does it again. Harley Hamilton with the huge cross, zipping it across the box, and George Newell sticks a boot on it, and we are 2-0 up over Rochdale. Let's go. What an absolute show. I can't get too excited. But what an absolute show. And I have yet to bring it up, but it's incredible to me that they haven't, all the licensing that they've done, FM26, I mean, Sports Interactive, all of that, all the licensing that they've done, and they haven't done any work on ball licensures. They've got jerseys and all of that stuff, but we're playing George Newell, the hat trick. First half hat trick. Let's go. Corey Moore Taylor, our 16-year-old recent signing, playing on the right side, even though he's a left footer, beats his person down into the end line, takes his right foot across the box. It deflects off of the center back to George Newell, and he pokes it home for the 33-minute hat trick for George Newell. I guess putting George Sabine on the bench has Newell just saying, I got to show up. I mean, he has 6 goals on the season, which I think we're 10 games into the season now. That's pretty darn good. Harley Hamilton, we are running roughshod over Rochdale. This is incredible. Harley Hamilton gets in it with not only a goal, but an assist. Fawumi now with 2 assists, I believe. He cuts it back. The late run from Harley Hamilton. And the goalkeeper goes low. Harley Hamilton roofs it. And we were up 4-0. Let's go. That was a cool graphic. The flick up by the goalkeeper. I appreciate that. We have 4 shots on target. All 4 have gone in. We have a 2.0 expected goal. We're in heaven. We are in dreamland right now. Ooh, I need to go into the locker room for halftime and just calm everybody down a little bit. I'm getting a little excited, so I need the boys to calm down. We have 33% possession right now, 9 shots, 4 on target, and we've scored all 4. This is insane. Wow. I mean, my entire team speech was just along the lines of, we have created so much and we are up and we deserve to be, because anytime you can, as a National League North-South side, go up against a National League squad and be up 4-0 at the end of the first half, there's not really much you can tell your boys that's going to make any sort of sense. They are being a little dangerous here. All right, not so dangerous. What I was saying about the ball, though, I think it's incredible that they've done, Sports Interactive has done all of this work getting licensing and getting real players in there and all of that, getting kits and blah, 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 blah. This is supposed to be, the most in-depth version of the game that we've ever had. And they can't get ball sponsorships. And so we're playing with a round sphere that has the FM logo on it. Like, there's got to be a patch out there, either in the works or currently out there that I just haven't seen. Not a patch, but a mod that can address that, because it's crazy. It definitely takes me out of the experience here. George Newell going for number 4. I mean, I don't know. I'm just seeing this right now. George Newell not only had a first half hat trick, but he had a 3-minute hat trick. He scored in the 31st, the 32nd, and the 33rd minute. Wow. All right. Wow. Wow. Okay. He has his hat trick. I want to see what Sabine can do. So I'm going to pull Newell off, put Sabine in there. He's not a deep lying. I don't want him to be a deep lying forward. Let's have him be just a center forward, a true center forward, through and through, center forward all the way across the board. Ashley Hunter, 6.11. Andy's on a yellow card. He absolutely is not the answer. He's getting older, and he's not the guy. I'm gonna go with those two changes. Let's see what our new boy George Sabine can do. McBride takes it back, and I don't know what. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know what our left back or whoever was playing left back there was doing. They passed around us, and then he just kind of walked back into the box. Fawumi, a deep cross to George Sabine. First touch of the ball, looping header from the top of the box. We are in the 68th minute right now. I can't be too hard on the boys because we are still up 4-0. And you have to think, I hesitate to say it, but you have to think with 15 minutes left in the game, up 4-0, we have just punched our ticket officially into the FA Cup proper. Big money. Concerning, we have only had 3 shots and none of them have been on target here in the second half. So something to just kind of keep in mind moving forward, not to be too Debbie Downer on it or anything, but like that's something we should probably keep an eye on. I think I'm going to take I'm so used to in league having the 5 subs. FA Cup leaves us at 3. So do I really want to take Gregson off? Or do I want to save it just in case? I think I'm going to save it just in case. The last thing I want to do is be put in a position where last 10 minutes of the game something crazy happens and I don't have the subs to remedy that situation. Plus, with like 6 minutes to go, we're not flush with cash, so paying appearance fees on contracts that happened before or were signed before I got here would definitely be something I don't want to do. Can we talk about this though? What structure is that? I mean, it's gone now, but it looked like a mast or something. I mean, if you remember in FM24, especially during these small games or the games at the small stadiums, they would have the aliens visit and you would get all of those crazy strobe refracted triangles and all sorts of stuff. I wonder if that's a weird new thing for FM26 because it's not showing up here anymore, but it definitely was there. It definitely was there, and I'm not crazy. Massive result for us here. As you can see, we got $13,000 for beating Rochdale in the 4th qualifying round. That is going to increase exponentially if we can get really lucky and get a bigger club with a huge stadium. Our wage bill, we're still overspent on the wage bill. I've been trying to get people out who we don't use anymore. Adam Thomas went out. He was getting paid like $350, $425 a week. And then Bailey Marsden is the most recent. He was getting paid a flat $300. Both of them have moved to Gloucester because as a non-league team who's not even in the game, of course they've got the money to pay them all that. Because why not? Yeah, and nothing has come in transfer-wise. I'm still looking to release a couple of people who just really aren't going to play. I mean, I would love to get James Butler off the wage bill. He's earning $340 a week, and he's out for 7 months. So I'm never going to use him. So I'm paying for literally nothing. Jack Tierney is young, but again, he's $300 a week. I barely use him. Adam Anson, I think I kind of have to decide between the two, Jack Tierney and Adam Anson, who I want to keep. And right now I'm riding with Anson, though he is wanted. Is who? From the Chinese Super League. A team from the Chinese Super League wants to take him on. Yeah, sure. If you want to do that, go for it. I'm just going to unspecify that and see if this random Chinese Super League team is going to give me money. What a weird transfer that would be. I talked about us coming back away for Scarborough Athletic, so we have a couple of in-betweeny games. I will bring you back when we figure out who our FA Cup proper first round game is going to be against. And perhaps, depending on when it is, perhaps that will affect whether we show Scarborough Athletic in this episode or whoever the big FA Cup game is. So I'll be right back. This is the email that we have all been waiting for. Marine plays Bristol Rover in the FA Cup draw. Now, you might be really excited about this because their stadium holds just over 12,000 people. Cool, exciting. Not so fast. We are playing Bristol Rovers at home. How we got picked to host Bristol Rovers is beyond me. But I guess the good thing is, although they're in League Two, they are an 18th in League Two, kind of in the same type of position as Rochdale was in National League. So maybe we're at home, we have the ability to use the presence at Rossett Park to boost our boys a little ahead. And I mean, if we're gonna score 4 goals, I don't see why we can't beat them. So that'll happen in the next episode because it's so far down the road. Also, the Chinese team is offering money for Adam Anson. If you want to go to China and I can get $10,000 for you and your wages off the books, goodbye in Chinese. Now, I'm going to push ahead. We will get you to Scarborough United and we will go from there. So bear with me. All right, friends, here we go. Huge mega game. We have Scarborough Athletic, second in the National League North. They've been smashing teams. I think I'd gotten an email earlier that they were on a 10-match unbeaten run. Our form is not quite as good as that, but we have been playing pretty well. These in-between games, we beat Worksop away 4-2. We kind of had to come back in that one. They actually set the record for the fastest goal in the league at just a couple of seconds. So we definitely had to fight our way back from that. And then we squeaked by Curzon 1-0, and it was no thanks to this fool, Ashley Hunter, just horror tackle straight through the back of the guy's calves. And we spent the last 30 plus minutes of the game down a player. I decided to pull George Newell off the field and play with a 0 striker system. And, you know, we got through. That's all that matters. But that represents Ashley Hunter's second red card in the league and third overall. He got 1 red card in the FA Cup as well. So his aggression is 16, but I mean, he must be just pissed off all the time because that is crazy. Our starting lineup for this massive game against Scarborough Athletic: Barnsley in goal, Francis Engel, Wardle, Drysdale, and Moore Taylor across the back, Gregson at the defensive mid, Midgley and Hamilton above him, Owunmi, Newell, and Bell across the front, Bell taking the place of Ashley Hunter. All right, boys, massive game. We are away from home here, and Maloney takes the ball up to Waldron and Luca Colville, who has been on fire on the right side of their formation. He's definitely been one of their better players. Right now we're about 10 minutes in and nothing has happened. It's zeros across the board. We have actually had a strong, heavy bit of possession at 66%. But we played across the back to Wardle, who goes up to Fawunmi, and he's dribbling into the end line, goes across and beautiful ball across the box, and George Newell has scored those time and time again these last several games, and he just skies it over the bar for that one. Bawunmi sent in a beautiful ball. He has turned into quite the player. Him and Francis Engel just playing up that left side has been a beautiful thing to watch. But now Scarborough has the ball. A. Brown, Perver to Maloney, Chapman through the center to Richie Bennett, and he slots it past Barnsley. Barnsley gives up a goal low to his left, and he just cannot get down in time. I mean, our center backs just got cut wide open. Wardle should have covered better, and the shape on that, I mean, he's outside the post when he takes that ball or when he takes that shot. And so the shape to bend it around Barnsley's arm to get it into the net is fantastic from them. But Fawunmi is coming right back at them, passes it back to Francis Engel, who is going to drive the end line again into Fawunmi. Hamilton! It is tipped out for a corner kick, and we don't get to see that. They have one shot, one on target, one goal on a .0. No! Lower leg injury for Harley Hamilton. Oh no. Oh, that's not great. I'm really hoping that that is not serious because I mean, he has been the best player hands down on our team all season. Dang. Okay. Well, I mean, that'll give Perry a time in the team. He got kind of frosty with me last week before our last league game, saying that he needed to spend more time playing. As Fawumi wins the ball, he's going to attack the back line, and he shapes it, and Whitley gets across and catches it. Damn. Yeah, Perry had sent me an email, wanted to set a meeting because he felt like he should be starting more games. And I told him I selected the option like I can't play you over Hamilton. He's playing out of his mind right now. And Perry was like, I think we can work together. Problem being is he's also an attacking playmaker, and I won't have two attacking playmakers in the midfield at the same time. So no, you legitimately cannot play at the same time. So I don't know, but depending on how this injury goes, Perry may get the opportunity to prove himself a little bit. This is frustrating. We have over a goal in expected, and we don't have anything to show for it. So the second half needs to be better. All right, I need Francis Engel and Bawunmi to really play the ball here. We give up a free kick deep into our attacking or defensive third. Lewis Maloon, and we give up a penalty. Oh my gosh. It is all coming undone. We have played so well against Scarborough, only for it to just crumple. Only for it to just crumple around us. All right, I am making changes. I don't care. It's the 47th minute. We're balanced across the board. Time wasting is absolutely zero. Balanced play there. Out of possession. Let's bring a high line up there. Oh, that's that's frustrating. We have not played 2-0 down like that. We have not played that way. Bennett's gonna step up to the ball, and Barnsley goes the right way, but he's just slow to react. Bennett looks massive. Barnsley looks tiny, and we are playing that way. Yikes. All right. I'm going to bump it up. I mean, we really got to push here. We need a goal. We need a goal. George Newell needs to step up because I might be putting Sabine in. George Newell is throwing a 6.1 right now in average rating, which is not good enough. I think it's because Ashley Hunter is not on the field. When Ashley Hunter is on, he plays so well. The two of them together play so well. But I've got Bell out there also sporting a 6-1. I'm going to make a change. And have our playmaker, son of a biscuit, have our playmaker just taken down like that is unfortunate. I'm going to put Francis in as our inside forward on that right Corey Moore Taylor is having a shocker, but he's 16, so what can we really do? He has also played very well. For a left-footed player that I'm playing on the right as a true wingback, Corey Moore Taylor has really stepped up. I've been incredibly impressed with his ability coming up that right side and staying on the right. It's not like he's cutting in, putting the ball on his left and sending it in. He's keeping it on his right, and he's really pressuring, sending balls into the box. See if I can make any other substitutions that make sense. I mean, Gregson's on a yellow. Son of a crackerjack. I guess Fielding will go in. That's my last sub. This is not how I saw Scarborough going. It's not how the statistics see Scarborough going. To have had such a raucous start to this episode, whooping up on Rochdale, and to have that just crumple away is unfortunate. But we play him twice. We play him at home here at the Richie Bennett with the hat trick. I just want the game to be over with. I don't care to watch that stupid goal. I just want to go home, lick my wounds, say, all right, Scarborough, you were better than us. We'll get you next time. Because that was bad. I mean, to Will Perry's credit, he's come in after wanting to prove himself and thrown down a 6.3. So, he's really making a statement here that he deserves to unseat Harley Hamilton as the attacking playmaker in our midfield. So good for him. Good for him. Uka Colville on the ball again. Chapman. All right, well, Colville punted it right into Francis Engel. Ben Midgley doesn't do anything enough to give us a highlight. Wow. All right, get us off the field. Let's get out of here. I don't think we gave it our best shot. Yeah. I'm not even gonna bother. That was incredibly frustrating. Our U18 team is still kicking butt, so we've got that going for us. All right, well, that leaves us dropping down to 4th. We do have a game in hand over everybody ahead of us, Darlington, Scarborough, and Fylde. But we are 3 points away from Scarborough with a 10-point difference in our goal differential. And 7 points away from Fylde, who are undefeated. Well, both Scarborough and Fylde are undefeated on the season, 0 losses, and we have already suffered 4. We've only drawn 1, so that's positive, but 8 wins, 4 losses. Not great. In terms of where we go from here, I'm going to do Telford in the background. Obviously, I'm going to bring you here for the first round of the FA Cup against Bristol Rovers. Hopefully, they are still, they're falling deeper and deeper into obscurity here in League 2. So maybe, just maybe, we can move on to the second round and get a proper team away and get some real money. And then I think I might bring you back for the Fylde game. So this will be another huge episode where we've got an FA Cup and a top of the table clash. So we'll do Bristol Rovers at home in the first game of the episode, and then AFC Fylde at home in the second game of the episode. That'll get us midway through November, and we'll probably skip ahead a bit and get us into December for the episode after that. Thank you very much for watching that episode. I love making this sort of content, so if you enjoy watching it, please like and subscribe, share, turn on notifications, do whatever you need to do to put this out there more. I want to continue to make things for you all, but I can't do that unless you all watch. You've done an excellent job thus far. But just continue to help me. And thank you very much for watching.